Hello, one and all, my view of that time reincarnated slime, the Demon Lords. And after this episode, I think we can all agree that Clayman needs to die as slowly and painfully as possible. Seriously, before this, I was willing to forgive him. I mean, yes, he did attack Tempest, but that resulted in Rimuru becoming a Demon Lord, everyone getting a nice little power boost, so in the end, it was for the best, but just, oh god. Seeing him strike Malim like this, I mean, yes, obviously Malim is, more or less invincible, and there's not a whole lot even Clayman can do to hurt her, but still, just that sound, that thud when her head hit the fireplace, that was hard to watch. That was really, really hard to watch. And then he just went freaking insane. He just went utterly, incredibly insane as he laughed maniacally. He kicked her. His eyes went bloodshot. I mean, this was a disturbing moment for me to watch. A seriously, seriously disturbing moment for me to watch. And I'm seeing a lot of people online complaining, saying this ruined Clayman as a villain. He was so cool and sophisticated before, but now he's lame, being up a defenseless little girl. And while it is somewhat true, I absolutely love this twist for him. I mean, seriously, everything about Clayman up to this point has been, sophisticated, elegant. He drinks expensive wine. He has these fancy suits. He speaks in an elegant manner. He never gets his own hands dirty. And every last bit of that was a facade to hide who he really was. A complete freaking lunatic who loves beating up and hurting the defenseless. He is absolutely freaking insane, and everything else before this was just a facade, a cover to hide who he really was. He was trying to act more sophisticated so people would respect him, when really he just loves beating up people. He just loves laughing maniacally and going completely freaking insane. And that is a nice twist for a villain. That is a cool twist for a villain. Though he's definitely still a very, very smart character, who's playing the entire world like a game of chess, but he has definitely become overconfident, as he completely believed the story that the blood of the battlefield seeped into the ground and awoke the evil dragon, awoke Veldora. Because that makes absolutely no freaking sense. I mean, it sounds cool. It sounds really, really cool. And typical people would believe it's like, oh, something out of myth. Blood of a battlefield raising forth the evil dragon. That makes so much sense, but it just, really, really doesn't. I mean, the hero's seal, the hero's unlimited imprisonment that sealed away Veldora, was a very, very high-class skill. I don't think it was an ultimate skill, but still a very high-class skill. And basically, sealed Veldora off in a separate dimension, and there's absolutely no way blood would manage to break the seal. Blood would manage to seep through and allow Veldora to escape. Plus, there's the fact that Veldora disappeared 2 years ago. That was really, really big news, and everybody heard about it. The entire force of Jura went into a panic. Few sent Aaron and her party to go investigate. Even Clayman was aware of it because it affected his plans to create a Demon Lord, to create the Orc Disasters, to give an extra vote in the Walpurgis Council. So, yeah, Clayman knew Veldora disappeared 2 years ago, and he was not at all bothered by the fact that he just suddenly appeared again here. He completely overlooked a lot of details. But thankfully, Leon did not. Leon saw through this. Leon realized exactly what's happening, exactly what happened to Veldora, that someone sealed him away, that someone absorbed him and the seal itself and managed to undo the barrier, managed to undo the hero's unlimited imprisonment, which according to Guy would put Rimuru on the same level as them, which I think just means they realized Rimuru also has an ultimate skill to be able to overcome the hero's unlimited imprisonments. I think that's what it means. Also, just something I want to clarify right now, Guy's name is written as G-U-Y, but it's pronounced Guy, as in the sound of someone screaming as he murders them. Yeah, that's made very, very clear in both the light novel and the manga. I'm not sure why it's spelled Guy, but it's apparently supposed to be pronounced Guy, so yeah, I mean, I tried to hear for it in the anime, but there's no real scene where you could actually really make out the name because it's in the middle of, long sentences. So, yeah, take my word for it, it's pronounced Guy. But anyway, back at the start of this episode, Rimuru sent his whole army to go deal with Clayman's army. Though sadly, no war quite yet this episode. Maybe next episode? I can definitely see next episode being the start of the war, though it's definitely possible we won't see the actual battle begin until the episode after that. Sorry, but believe me, it's still gonna be good. It's still gonna be good. I mean, there's definitely been a lot of talking this season so far, or this part of the season, Season 2, Part 2, but it's all building up to something that's gonna be so exciting, so amazing, and honestly, one of my favorite parts of the entire freaking light novel. Oh, I can't wait. I cannot freaking wait for that. But anyway, then everybody leaves. Gazelle and the Archduke go back to their respective kingdoms to spread the word about how wonderful Rimuru is, how he's such a kind, loving, caring demon lord, and how if you become friends with him, he'll take care of you. He'll make sure you are well taken care of, and you are living a very happy life. Yom also leaves to go deal with, becoming king, which... Oh, Diablo is just so confident he can handle this, very, very quickly, which definitely worries Rimuru a little bit, but he figures, you know what, Diablo, he's probably gonna fail here, but that's a good lesson. He needs to learn how to overcome his mistakes, and, then he'll become better for it. Oh, Rimuru, you so underestimate Diablo. It's actually a little bit sad. You should actually be afraid of him. You should actually seriously be afraid of Diablo. I mean, I don't think he's actually stronger than you, but he's something else. He is something else, I will say that. Though I did get into a rather interesting debate online with somebody last night, basically wondering how easy it will be for Yom to become the king. And there are definitely a lot of obstacles he has to overcome. For one thing, the nobility, they suck. They truly suck. Like, overwhelmingly so. The reason why Yom was first sent to go investigate the orc disaster was because the Marcus, or whatever, the person in charge of the land he occupied, basically spent all the money he should have spent on defense on his own luxury. And as a result, if the orc disaster really did show up, he'd have absolutely nothing to do, and everyone would realize, okay, you wasted the money we gave you on defense, so we're gonna kill you. So we sent Yom out to investigate and figure out exactly what he had to do, what his options were. Fully aware that there was a very good chance that Yom was gonna die. Yom and his whole party were gonna die if they tried to fight the freaking orc disaster, but that would, in itself be a message telling them, okay, you know what, the orc disaster is a really big deal, I should call the church, I should call this person, I should do something here. So yeah, getting those, corrupt, evil nobles to actually accept this illiterate peasant as their king, that would be a challenge. That would definitely be a challenge. And it's not like they can just, get rid of all the nobles, because even if nobles are corrupt, they, serve a role, they do a purpose, they manage the land, all that stuff, and you just get rid of all of them, then the land won't be manageable at all anymore. Plus, there's the fact that Falmus, kind of just lost 20,000 soldiers, 20,000 strong young men who are needed to, plow the fields back home, do some farming, do blacksmithing, whatever their day job is when they're not soldiers. Plus, there's the fact that almost 20,000 families probably just lost their breadwinner, their sole provider, the person actually brings in money so they don't starve to death, which is really gonna hurt the economy, like, so badly. So yeah, Yom and Diablo definitely have their work cut out for them. Though it was definitely interesting that Yom and Diablo didn't bring the king, the archbishop, and Ramen with them, because, yeah, I mean, they're kind of important, I think, for winning back the country, so where exactly are they? I mean, I guess they could take a carriage later on, maybe the king's waiting the carriage for them? That would make a certain amount of sense. Oh god, I'd love to see the king's reaction, Rasen's reaction to Rimuru teleporting 20,000 people at once. I mean, yes, he's already, terrified, utterly terrified of Diablo, but that would just really show him, okay, Rimuru is in a class completely and utterly beyond me, and there's nothing I can do to stop that freaking slime. Diablo, I worship you, he is my god now, so, yeah, let's move on, I am fully loyal to you. Oh, that'd be funny. That'd be really funny to have seen. But Rimuru has to explain once again, the plan is to keep Veldora on the down low. In fact, the rumor that Clayman heard was spread by Yom to tell everybody, okay, the Storm Dragon's back, but he's so weak from his storage, so weak from being sealed away, that he is, only at a fraction of his full power, and that's why he's not rampaging. And that's resulting in Clayman underestimating Rimuru, thinking that, oh, he's just using the power of a Storm Dragon to back him up, and the Storm Dragon is so weak, even I can defeat him, so yeah, Rimuru's not a threat at all, I can take him down easily. Huzzah! Oh, Rimuru, you are truly the master of deception. I freaking love it. We then flash over to Frey's domain, which I absolutely freaking love. Seriously, this mountain that's been hollowed out into a castle looks so freaking cool. Oh my god, I just love the set pieces in this series. And then, oh god, later on we actually saw Yi's castle, which is made of ice. Ice Fair Castle. Oh, that was cool. That was such a cool design too. Seriously, this episode is really showing some amazing Demon Lord bases. Oh, that's awesome, that's awesome. But anyway, then we flash back to when Frey first brainwashed Malim, and I'm seeing a lot of confusion online. Basically, the reason why she did this goes back to season 1. Clayman summoned Charybdis, he allowed Charybdis to be reborn, and then guided him to Tempest so that Malim could kill him, so Malim could take him down, and that's exactly what Frey wanted, because Frey was so utterly terrified of Charybdis. His abilities basically were her ultimate enemy, and if he was summoned, if he got anywhere near her territory, her and her fellow beast women, her fellow harpies, whatever they are, wouldn't be able to do a single thing about it. They would be utterly and completely eviscerated, and as a result of that, Frey owed Clayman a favor, and that favor was to put a brainwashing necklace on Malim, which, apparently completely destroyed her defenses, and made her Clayman's puppet, which, is bad. Very bad. Seriously, Malim is one of the most powerful beings in all of existence, and now she is in Clayman's control, so... Oh, that's worrisome. That is so worrisome. And I'm definitely a little irked at Frey for actually doing this, because Malim really did think of her as her friend. She wanted there to show off the dragon knuckles that Rimuru gave her, which... Oh, she was so proud, though. She was so proud of a gift given to her by her friend. It's actually adorable. Though the light novel actually describes them as brass knuckles covering 4 of her fingers. I think these pink dragon mittens just work so much better for Malim's character and just look so much cuter on her. Oh, I love you, Malim. I freaking love you. Oh, also interesting note, the knuckles, the dragon knuckles, their purpose is to weaken Malim. Yeah, if I'm remembering this correctly, their powers, their abilities are basically slow Malim down and decrease her strength, which might seem like a really, really stupid power to give to brass knuckles, but don't forget Malim is strong. Terrifyingly strong. And by wearing these, Malim is able to spar with Maru and the Kaijin without worrying about accidentally killing them. Yay! Also, I think these knuckles were the gift that Maru gave to Malim in exchange of her spilling the beans about what exactly Clayman and the rest of them are up to, the whole trying to summon the orc disaster thing. So, interesting. These are very, very important, and Malim just cares so much about them. Honestly, it was heartbreaking when she got brainwashed and they fell out of her hands. Oh god, I hope Frey didn't, throw them out. I hope Frey kept them safe. Because Malim just clearly cherishes them and cherishes all the memories she made in Tempest. I mean, seriously, shows off every single outfit she got in Tempest and just goes on and on about it, bragging to Frey about how wonderful a bestie Rimuru is. Oh my god, these two are just like the best friends. It is so freaking adorable. And then Frey just has to be a complete and utter jerk and gives Malim the brainwashing necklace, which completely controls her, and then Clayman just kicks her for a very, very long time. Seriously, this was unnerving. This was so unnerving. Seeing this cool, calm, collected villain just, basically lose his freaking mind on Malim like that. As his eyes went bloodshot. Honestly, it was my favorite part of the episode and the part I hated most. So, curious. Very, very curious. And then finally we go to Ice Fair Castle, the home of Yi, which Leon is visiting, and, yeah, I mean, as impressive as this castle is, his army is far, far more impressive, as Guy has 200 named greater demons with physical bodies, so yeah, they're all super, super terrifying, and then 6 archdemons, each of which is at Demon Lord level, and then we have the big two, Misery and Rain. These two are freaking demon peers. They are the highest level of demons. I actually struggle to call them legendary because they go beyond legends. Even legends don't mention these things. You would only actually know about demon peers if you truly devoted your life to studying demons. That's how mythical, that's how rare, that's how just overwhelmingly powerful and dangerous these two are. And they are maids. They are maids. They can't even show emotion on their face unless their master orders it. Otherwise, they'll be killed. Which just, really, really goes to show how utterly, utterly freaking terrifying Guy really is. This man, more than any other, has the right to call himself a freaking demon lord. Oh, I love it. I freaking love it. He's also a bit of a sexual predator, as he immediately went in for a kiss with Leon, even though Leon was clearly not into it, so yeah, that's a very interesting characteristic for them to give, the greatest demon lord in existence. I guess, as long as he's lived, he's just really, really bored and enjoys having fun with whoever he can. Oh, what a weird man. What a weird, weird man. Or woman, because he can freely change his gender as he pleases. So, curious. Very, very curious. But anyway, then they go to the ice terrace, and detail I really like from Light Novel here is even though it's snowing, even though it's like negative degree temperature outside, it's nice and comfortable and warm inside the ice terrace, not because Guy needs it that way, but because he warmed it for the sake of Leon. Yeah, as it turns out, Guy is actually super duper nice to his friends. If he considers you his friend, he'll basically do whatever he wants. He will basically do anything in his power to make you comfortable, to make you happy. But if you're his enemy, he'll kill you without mercy, so a very, very strange man, a very, very strange man, or woman, depending on the mood he's in. And the meeting is basically for Guy to convince Leon to come to the meeting, but as it turns out, Leon was already planning coming to the meeting because he wanted to get a look at Rimuru to figure out exactly who this slime is who kept messing with all his plans. Because Leon's big plan is apparently to summon a single specific person, and that's why he's been telling all the other nations how to actually perform human summoning, how to summon someone from another world, which definitely makes him Rimuru's enemy, as Rimuru is super, super angry about this. But just the determination Leon has when he says summoning this one person means more to him than anything else in the world just really raises a bunch of questions. Who exactly is Leon trying to summon? Why is he trying so hard to summon one specific person? And how would he even know who to summon? Because, unless Leon was also another world, unless Leon also came from another world, he should know about another person, about people who are on the other side. So curious, very, very curious about all of that. Oh, it's also interesting that they mentioned Ramers here. I mean, Guy said that anyone Ramers recommends would be, entertaining, so Yeah, Rimuru is certainly entertaining, but Leon has a very different relationship with that pint-sized fairy because I'm not sure how much was said in Season 1, but when Rimuru first went to the Dwelling of the Spirits, Ramos told Rimuru that Leon used to be a hero, that he received his spirit here at the Dwelling of the Spirits, and that he was trying to find a way to summon one person in particular, so curious, very curious about that. I mean, they definitely have a history, and not necessarily a positive history, but I guess, Leon's not gonna try and murder anytime soon, because that would make him Gi's enemy, and then Gi would try to kill him. Which, would probably end badly for Leon. Probably have been badly for Leon. Though it's definitely interesting that Gi said that Leon could win 1 in a million times. If he's capable of harming Gi, then he's definitely not the type of person Rimuru should take too lightly. So yeah, Rimuru, when the Walpurgis meeting starts, don't tick off Leon. Seriously, that'd be a very bad idea. And then when Leon drops the bomb that Veldora is back, Velzard shows up. The Ice Empress and Veldora's big sister. Oh, that is so unnerving. Seriously, she is the older sister of Veldora. That means she is as strong or stronger than he is, and yet she seems to be on the same level as Gi, meaning that Gi is probably as strong or stronger than Veldora, which, so unnerving, so unnerving. Okay, so Rimuru, don't take off Leon and don't take off Gi in this next meeting, or you will die. You will definitely die. And an interesting detail from Light Novel is that Velzard knew Veldora was sealed away and could have freed him, but didn't. She basically treated this as a timeout, a way for him to, reflect on his ways, to mature, and to stop rampaging, stop rioting so much, and destroying everything around him. The Light Novel even then goes a step further, saying that Gi was pulling his hair out, trying to figure out a way to stop Veldora, trying to figure out a way to stop his rampaging, which... Wow, seriously! That means Veldora really is the annoying little brother of... I guess you could say Velzard and her partner Gi. I mean, I'm not sure if these two are in necessarily a romantic relationship, but there's something. So I think, Gi could definitely call Veldora his annoying little brother-in-law. Oh, I love that. I freaking love that. And I'm just really disappointed that Velzard decided not to attend the meeting because, oh god, her meeting Rimuru, her talking to Rimuru, and figuring out how he managed to tame her annoying little brother would have been the greatest scene in this entire freaking series. Oh, I would have freaking loved to see that. But let me know else down below what you think of Frey betraying Malim, of Clayman's utter insanity, of Leon figuring out exactly how Rimuru freed the Storm Dragon, of Gi and his, sexual predator ways. He's a weird one. And what do you think of Velzard, Veldora's big sister? I'm not gonna lie, when I first read Light Novel, she came off as more snooty and arrogant, but here in the manga, I got more of a chilled, laid-back, relaxed vibe from her, so curious, very curious to see more of her down the road. What do you think's gonna happen next episode? I mean, next episode's called The Signal to Begin the Banquet, and Walpurgis is also known as the Feast of Demons, so I think, Walpurgis is gonna start next episode, and I'm so excited to see that. I mean, we've seen Clayman, Malim, Carrion, Ramos, Gi, Leon, like six or seven of the Demon Lords. That still leaves 3 unaccounted for. 3 we haven't seen yet, so very interesting seeing what the other Demon Lords are like. I mean, the Demon Lords we've seen so far just vary wildly, so very curious to see what the other 2 or 3 Demon Lords look like. Oh wait, no, it's 2, because we actually saw the Demon Lord Valentine when Laplace attacked the Holy Sanctuary. I forgot about that. So that just leaves 2 left. Huzzah! But anything else down below, be sure to like, subscribe to the next video, and until then, peace!